Hello, everybody. Today we are going to start a new series on Symposium IAS, and that is related to biodiversity. Now, there's a complaint of the aspirants. Their concern is what? Their concern is that the questions which are related to biodiversity in preliminary examination, and specifically that on species, are often difficult and are not found in the books which are available in the market. So let's try to solve those questions which have been previously asked in your examination, PYQs, and also try to solve similar questions like this. We'll also give you new questions on biodiversity which can be probably asked in your examination, and let's see how the similarity works. On the other hand, we can see that questions of the day would be continued, but would be continued bi-weekly to accommodate this also series. And we would be starting the module of environment from 14th January. So for 20-25 days, it will continue 2.5 hours of classes. And this module on environment would be charged very less for the aspirants, and will able to draw all your concerns related to environment, and a comprehensive study for environment would be made so that your hurdles in preliminary examination is nowhere there. So let's start this series on biodiversity and see a question, PYQ of 2024. And the question reads like this. Consider the following statements. First statement is, the Indian flying fox is placed in the vermin category under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. And second statement, they have asked you this in examination last year, the Indian flying fox feeds on the blood of other organisms. Which one of the above following is correct in respect of the above statement? So there are many options given here. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains like they give you in UPSC. But the correct answer for this is what? The correct answer is that first statement is correct, but second statement is incorrect. So the correct answer would be C. And why? What is vermin? Vermin is a category of species which includes wild animals, and they are responsible for destroying plants and food. They are responsible for destroying the crop production also. So that's called as vermin. And Indian flying fox is placed in the category of vermin. They can be called as chimera. Chimera means an organism which has multitude of genomes, more than one genetic makeup, would be called as chimera. So they can be called as chimera. Why? Because they have wings like that of birds, but the face is like that of a mouse. So they can be called as chimera as well. But the second statement is incorrect. Why? Because the Indian flying fox not feeds on the birds of other organism. It feeds on fruits, flowers, pollens. And that's why the Indian flying foxes, they are called as what? They are called as megabats. They are also called as fruit bats. So first you have to see that this question which has been asked in your examination earlier. So the correct option is C. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Now let's see another thing. And let's frame a similar question like this. So this is a similar to the PYQ that has been asked. And what is similarity? I think this is a better question than that. Which one of the following statement relating to flying foxes is incorrect? They are largest bat species and are called as megabats. First option. They fly and feed during daytime but become disoriented if forced to fly in the dark. They are wildlife reservoir for Nipah virus, and they use sound for navigating. What do you think? What would be the correct option? Now, the correct option would be what? D. See, let's see the statements first of all. They are largest bat. In fact, they are the largest bat species and are called as mega bat. They are also called as what? They are also called as fruit bats. They are also called as what? They are also called as flying foxes. They fly and feed during daytime. That's true. But become disoriented if forced to fly in the night. See, definitely bats use what? Bats use sound for navigation. So sounds released by a bat would be striking obstacles, objects, and this would be utilized by the bats to gauge the distance. So they use that. But in case of flying foxes, they are not using this. They are using what? They are using vision. Their own vision would be used. They do not use sound for navigation, but they use vision. They fly and feed during daytime, but become disoriented if forced to fly in the night. That's also correct. So the incorrect statement is what? Incorrect statement is D. And as far as bats are concerned, bats are considered as reservoir of viruses. So that's the reason why the statement related to Nipah virus is correct. And why they are considered as reservoir of viruses? Because there are 1200 species of bats in the world. And that constitutes roughly about 20% of mammalian diversity. And then the question asked is, if they are reservoir of viruses, why don't viruses affect bats? Because bats have long flying hours. And this develops their immune system. Then the question is, why the viruses which are present in the bats are reaching humans? Now the main reason is loss of habitat. Because if loss of habitat takes place, the bats would be getting more hungry, more starved, and then the virus would be spilling over from bats to humans. So that's a similar question like that asked in 2024. Let's see the next question. Now that's a PYQ of 2024 preliminary examination. That question has been asked in your examination. Now consider the following statements. Lions do not have a particular breeding season. Second is, unlike most other big cats, cheetah do not roar. Third is, unlike male lions, male leopards do not proclaim their territory by scent making. Now, the correct option is what? And the options read like this: 1 and 2, second 2 and 3. The correct option is what? First statement is definitely correct. No question about it. Lions do not have particular, they can breathe throughout the year. Unlike most other big cats, cheetah do not roar. Yes, that's also correct. Why? Because in the throat of big cats, lions, tigers, there are two pieces of bones present, because of which they roar. Cheetahs lack these two bones, and that's why they are not able to roar. And unlike male lions, male leopards do not proclaim their territory by scent making. They do proclaim their territory by scent making. They do it. They also do it by visual imaging. They also do it by roaring. Also do it by roaring. So we can see that these are the mechanisms through which they proclaim their territory. So the correct option would be what? The correct option would be nothing but 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Let's see a similar question like this. Consider the following statement in case of tigers and leopards. Now I framed the question like this. In case of tigers and leopards, a large male territory encompasses multiple female territories to ensure female fidelity. In case of cheetahs, females roam multiple male territories to pair with multiple males. And India is the only country in the world to have all three of the big cats. How many of the above mentioned statements are correct? See, all the three statements are correct. Definitely, in case of tigers and leopards, a large male territory encompasses multiple female territories to ensure female fertility. That's true about these two big cats. And certainly in case of cheetahs, the statement mentioned that females roam multiple male territories to pair with multiple males would be correct. And India, the most confusing statement is third, that these two are correct. No doubt about that. India is the only country in the world to have three of the big cats. Three of the big cats include what? It includes tigers, it includes lions, It includes leopards. No other country in the world have these three big cats. Only India has. And barring puma and jaguar, India has all the cats of the cat family. We can see that India also has melanistic leopards, which are also called as black panthers. So black panther is present in India, lion is present in India, tiger is present in India, and also leopard is present in India. We have brought translocated cheetahs from Africa, and in the Kuno National Park it is present. So all the big cats are present, barring two, that's puma and jaguar. So all the three statements are correct. And this is just similar to the question which has been asked in your examination earlier. But we'll try to solve one question, which is a new type of question and can be asked in preliminary examination. And see, this is from a journal. Consider the following statements. Barnacles are small marine arthropods. Second, some barnacles are parasitic too. Third, root-headed barnacles called seculina penetrate the crab's body to derive nourishment. And fourth statement is seculina renders its host, crab, infertile. And fifth statement is due to seculina, male crabs turn feminized both in appearance and behavior. What do you think? What appears to be the correct option? How many of the above mentioned statements are correct? So the correct statement, the correct option is all five. Barnacles are definitely small marine arthropods. Some barnacles are parasitic too, and parasitic means that they derive their nourishment from the host. Root-headed barnacles called seculina penetrate the crab's body to derive nourishment because the roots, like projection, would be intruding inside the body, and through that they get nourishment. And seculina renders its host crab infertile. Definitely, if suppose seculina is female, it would be rendering its male host crab infertile. Why? Because they are responsible for degenerating the gonads of the male crab. So that's the reason. And due to seculina, male crabs turn feminized both in appearance and behavior. Why? Male crabs would be feminized in appearance and behavior because this seculina is responsible for hormonal imbalance, because of which secondary sexual characters of female may develop in male crabs. So all the statements are correct. So for today, this will continue this series because often the concern of the student is biodiversity and particularly species questions of UPSC. That is a big concern. And remember that we would be starting our module from 14th January, 2.5 hours of class for 20 to 25 days to solve all your problems on environment, and so that your preparation is foolproof. Thank you so much.